Streaming on clickorlando.com, you're watching News 6 at 10.
News 6, a community grieving on Christmas Eve after the shooting death of a teenager. What we're hoping to learn tonight. And he made his list and checked it twice. Now the day is here. We're tracking Santa as he delivers gifts across the world. And you could be a billionaire for Christmas. A $1 billion Powerball drawing happening soon. Thank you for joining us on this Christmas Eve. I'm Mike Valenti in for Ginger and Matt. Tragedy striking on Christmas Eve at a Central Florida apartment complex. A 17-year-old found shot to death, leaving family, friends, and neighbors horrified. Tonight, deputies are investigating what led to the violence at the Greens condominiums near the mall at Millenia, where people in the area absorb the news in real time. Your Orange County community correspondent, Jarrell Baker, brings us the latest.
Now, several people here at the Greens condominium are heartbroken and sad after a 17-year-old was found shot dead inside of these apartments right behind me.
Cries of heartbreak could be heard all over the Greens condominiums near the mall at Millenia. After family and neighbors learned a 17-year-old was found shot to death inside the apartment complex Wednesday afternoon.
I can't imagine how their family is feeling Christmas Eve. They're losing a child. I mean, he's only 17. It's a sad day.
Deputies responded around 2:30 p.m. saying that the victim suffered from a gunshot wound and was pronounced dead at the scene. Alejandro Acuna says it all happened near his apartment.
I was working and my lady called me, kind of freaking out that she heard gunshots outside the window because I literally live like a couple buildings down, and I think it happened right in front of where I live.
Deputies blocked off access to the apartment complex for hours while investigating on scene, cutting off many residents like Acuna from going home.
We've been here since 2018 and nothing like this has ever happened. I mean, we hear gunshots sometimes, but not like this in our complex.
Now he says he's worried about his family's safety.
I mean, I have a son, he's 11 years old, you know. I'm working all the time. You know, of course, it's going to be a worry out here.
We reached out to the Orange County Sheriff's Office to see if they've identified any suspects or have anyone in custody. Once we hear back, we'll let you know.
And deputies are asking if you have any information, please contact the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Here in Orange County, Jarrell Baker, News 6.
Jarrell, thank you. Also in Orange County, deputies are asking for your help to find a 12-year-old girl. Amani Santana Gaskin was last seen Monday in the Holden Heights area near 25th Street and South Westmoreland. Deputies say because of her young age, they're worried about Gaskin's safety. At the same time, Orlando police are looking for this man, 29-year-old Javante Luis Curo, who's been missing for a week. Police say he was last seen along Dockside Drive near Summerlin Boulevard and Pershing Avenue. His family believes he may be struggling with mental health issues. And in Cocoa tonight, police are asking for your help in tracking down a man accused of sexual battery on a child who police say is the suspect's relative. Authorities tell us 43-year-old Eddie Alexander Espinoza Lopez works in landscaping and spends his mornings typically in the area of 3750 North Cocoa Boulevard, which you can see on your screen appears to be a plant nursery. Police say he lives here on Greenwood Way in Cocoa, but they add that he does spend some time around Dianthus Lane in Titusville. Espinoza Lopez has an active arrest warrant for 4 charges, including sexual battery on a person under 12 and lewd or lascivious molestation. Police say he is known to ride a bike, but they also advise that he may have his boss's silver Honda with the Florida license plate JX943F. You can see it on your screen. To find out how you can help police, you can go to clickorlando.com. And developing tonight, the Miami Heat player who was arrested in Orlando back in October for allegedly making fraudulent bets is asking a judge to drop his charges. Terry Rozier was arrested just after the Magic and Heat played in their first game of the NBA season. The FBI says 30 other people in 2 separate gambling-related cases have also been arrested, alleging rigged sports bets and, in the second case, poker games involving mafia families. You might remember after his arrest in Orlando, Rozier put up his $6 million Florida property as collateral for bond. Authorities say Rozier shared insider information and faked injuries to make money on his bets. Rozier pleaded not guilty earlier this month, but But yesterday, his attorneys asked that the case be thrown out. They're arguing that after a new Supreme Court decision narrowed down federal fraud laws, the charges are no longer relevant. And it wasn't just Santa who was trying to fulfill kids' requests today, but also the commander-in-chief. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump answered calls from children calling NORAD to track Santa Claus. They spent about 30 minutes answering calls on Christmas Eve while at Mar-a-Lago, including from Annie in Oklahoma.
What do you want more than anything else? What present would you like?
Hello, Emily. Hello. Merry Christmas.
Dollhouse. Wow, a dollhouse. I think we can work that out. I have a feeling, Mommy, that we can work that out, right? I think Santa's going to bring you the most beautiful dollhouse you've ever seen, okay? Let me know how good the dollhouse is, but we owe a lot to Santa, so I think Santa will fulfill your wish, okay?
I look forward to it too. So,
Thank you, honey. Take care of yourself. Merry Christmas.
And for any curious kids out there, you still have a few hours before you need to get to bed. Santa, last check, was last seen around the Bahamas. At the same time, armed forces here in the U.S. are also hard at work tracking it. Each year, Air and Space Force teams handle thousands of calls from children wanting an update on air traffic and, of course, how the reindeer are doing. CBS correspondent Gwen Baumgartner shares the history of the NORAD Santa Tracker.
The mission at Colorado Springs Peterson Space Force Base doesn't stop for the holidays.
24/7, 365 days a year, we're monitoring the skies of North America for any airborne threats.
And when Santa makes his annual trek, Colonel Jason White says they have the equipment to keep tabs on his journey.
We use ground-based radars, satellites, airborne military aircraft.
Crews even rely on infrared sensors to monitor Rudolph's iconic nose. The information from the North American Aerospace Defense Command is quickly declassified, allowing any child who calls the NORAD Santa Tracker hotline to find out Kris Kringle's next stop.
Merry Christmas.
The very first call came in 70 years ago after a newspaper misprinted Santa's phone number in this advertisement. The number actually belonged to an Air Force Operations Center.
The individual that answered that phone didn't want to disappoint the child on the other end and just went with it. And then it was turned into an annual reoccurring Track Santa operation ever since.
The tradition lives on through dozens of volunteers answering phones on Christmas Eve, delivering Santa updates with military precision to tens of thousands of callers.
They logged 380,000 calls last Christmas Eve, and then several million social media engagements, 32 million website views in that one day.
In recent years, the operation has expanded with an online Santa tracker and website translations in 9 languages, allowing even more children to take part in the holiday cheer. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, we told you to go to bed soon. Turns out soon is now, because I just got an update that, according to NORAD, Santa is in Florida. He was in Key West about 30 seconds ago, and he should be approaching Orlando any minute now. Now, from the sleigh to space, more progress on the effort to take astronauts back to the moon as SpaceX looks to improve its largest and most powerful rocket. SpaceX posted this photo on social media today saying the stack is now complete for Booster 18, the first super heavy V3 booster. The company says this keeps it on pace with the test schedule, and Starship's 12th test flight remains targeted for early 2026. Last month, Booster 18 suffered an anomaly during gas system pressure testing happening before structural testing. Thankfully, no one was hurt then. Those initial tests focused on the rocket's redesigned propellant systems and structural strength. And there are more signs those launches could soon be coming to Brevard County. SpaceX's VP of Launches posted these photos last month of SpaceX's new launch pad being built specifically for Starship. He said it will only be a matter of time before we see Starship on the Cape. Staying on the Space Coast, we now know when state leaders will hold a public meeting on the future of wastewater cleanup tied to the Blue Origin launches. Last month, your Brevard County community correspondent, James Sparvero, told you about the company's request for a new permit to dispose of wastewater from rocket testing, cooling, and cleaning. Now, the state is weighing a proposal that would allow Blue Origin to discharge thousands of gallons of wastewater every day, raising the concerns from neighbors. A meeting is set for January 30th from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Brevard Discovery Garden on Lake Drive. Now, nobody won Monday's Powerball prize. You probably heard that by now. So the jackpot is now $1.7 billion, or a one-time payment of $781 million. 9 tickets won $1 million prizes by matching all 5 white balls, of course, missing the Powerball jackpot. Those tickets were sold in 8 states, including right here in Florida. For perspective, you are more likely to be hit by lightning twice or roll the same number on a 6-sided die consecutively 10 times. Wow. Powerball said the jackpot has only been won on Christmas Eve once in the game's history, but some lottery hopefuls we spoke with feel like they could be the lucky second.
It's Christmas, you never know. It's a possibility, you have to have faith, hope, and, if pixie dust.
Good attitude right there. As always, you can watch tonight's Powerball drawing right here on News 6 at 11. Between the music, big light displays, and general hustle and bustle, the holidays can be a lot for people with sensory issues. But still to come, we'll introduce you to one family who says they have a little something for everyone to help make the holiday spirit more accessible. And an historic firehouse in Volusia County is getting some new life. How the city is looking to turn it into a hotspot for tourists. You're watching News 6 at 10 live on Christmas Eve, covering Ponce Inlet, Point Siena, and all of Central Florida.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Central Florida Honda Dealers.
Welcome back. The holiday rush is very much here, and while exciting, we know it can certainly be overwhelming. Malls are packed, holiday music is on full blast, not to mention money is flying out the window. But one family in Winter Park is hoping to calm some of that chaos with a more relaxing holiday display, one that News 6 anchor Lauren Melendez shows us offers a little something for everyone.
Welcome to the Lyman Family Christmas Village. It's a pretty magical place, but you're not going to find it on Google Maps. Because it's in Jennifer Lyman's living room.
Over here is the downtown area.
From hundreds of dollars worth of vintage miniatures, cool figurines, even handcrafted decorations over the years.
This is a labor of love. I mainly do it for my mom.
Comes an incredible tradition for this Lyman family and young students who are out-of-the-box thinkers and learn differently.
Yeah, a lot of the kids do have like sensory overload going to the mall
fall at this time of the year. Sitting on Santa's lap can be a little bit scary for some kids.
Jennifer and her mother both run Montessori schools, offering specialized learning for kids through sensory-rich environments. For them, sharing this display has transformed into a heart-tugging tradition even the parents look forward to.
We're part of the Lyman School community, and we see each other throughout the week, but rarely do we have the opportunity to really connect.
And between the sights and the sugar, it's a quaint and safe way to get the kids excited for the season.
I really want to keep our Christmas tree, all of the lights up for the rest of the year.
Did I mention it's about a 30-hour project spanning 7 days?
There's a waterfront area over there. Industrial is back here. Here we have a little mini Chinatown. Manufacturing
this is well
stuff.
thought through.
Yes.
And that's not even a fraction of it. Best part, it's free, it's endless, and the kids walk away with some holiday swag that even the furry ones can perk up for. Lauren Melendez, News 6.
Great story, Laura Melendez. Thank you. Turning to Daytona Beach, where a historic fire station could soon be serving the community in a new way. The city is looking for a restaurant developer to turn fire station number 1 into a dining and lounge destination. The approximately 8,000 square foot space comes with dedicated parking and would require year-round operations and high-level service. The building has been a fixture in downtown Daytona Beach for years, and the city says any proposal must preserve the building's historic character.
Daytona Beach Fire Station number 1 is such a historic and treasured part of the Daytona Beach story in addition to the fire department story. In seeing an opportunity to redevelop and reimagine the use of this building, I think we're excited because it plays a critical role in the renaissance of downtown.
Proposals will be reviewed through a competitive selection process, with any final lease agreement requiring approval by the Daytona Beach City Commission in a public meeting. Now, all day we've told you about flights and road safety, but one popular thing to do is take in the popular beaches the Sunshine State has to offer. News 6's Alex Cook spoke with neighbors in Flagler County who are enjoying a beautiful day at the beach in December.
If you're dreaming of a white Christmas, this is about as close as we get in Florida. White sand, blue skies, and a warm, sunny Christmas Eve at the beach. People are out here soaking it all in, so I decided to check in on this Yuletide beach day, heading down the coast to talk to people about what brings them out. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. I started right here at the Flagler Beach Pier, where I spoke to a family from Kentucky who traded sweaters and snowmen for sand and surf.
Beach and waves is a lot better than, cold snow, so I'll take it any day.
Just down the road now in Ormond Beach, it's a little less crowded, but no less beautiful on the beach. I spoke to a family from Central Texas who says they're not cold weather people, so coming here for Christmas was a no-brainer.
We love the weather, we love the sunshine. This is their first time seeing the actual, Atlantic Ocean. They saw the Pacific Ocean 2 years ago. So now here we are in the Atlantic with the little dog, just living our best life.
And of course, the Daytona Beach Pier and Boardwalk. It's a little more bustling out here, filled with families enjoying the carnival rides and the beach. I spoke to a family who came all the way from Canada to enjoy Christmas here.
It's been great. We started in Orlando, went to a couple of places to hang out. We went to Gatorland, so that was really cool. And then we made our way down to Daytona as we have a place down here.
From Flagler Beach to Ormond and Daytona, I found the same thing up and down the coast. People grateful for the sunshine, the ocean, and a chance to slow down with their loved ones on Christmas Eve. It may not be a white Christmas, but for these people, it's exactly what they were hoping for. On the beach, Alex Cook, News 6.
Tough assignment for Alex Cook there. Alex, thank you. So if you're looking to get outside with friends and family on Christmas Day, what does the weather have in store? Here's meteorologist Julie Broughton.
We have seen an absolutely gorgeous Christmas Eve and continuing to see nice conditions through the evening hours. Now, after midnight, that's when we're going to be looking at the potential of a little bit of fog. So as Santa makes his way through central Florida, he'll definitely need Rudolph with him, and I've been tracking him. He does have Rudolph with him. As we start out Christmas Day, we'll be looking at temperatures in the low to mid 50s, some areas of fog. If you saw fog this morning, areas like Palm Coast and the Villages, you will see more of the same for your Christmas morning, and then we warm right back up near 80 degrees degrees before a cold blast arrives next week. And by the way, if you haven't already, be sure to download our free News 6 weather app, especially if you're traveling. Really nice to have with you. Now, here's how we did today on our almanac page. We hit a high of 79. The normal high this time of year, 73. Our morning low was 57 degrees. Now, your Santa forecast, again, we will be tracking areas of fog through the overnight hours. Otherwise, dry and mild. Our overnight low falls to 58 degrees. If you have plans to travel tomorrow or into Friday, your travel impacts, biggest ones will be across the upper Midwest and Great Lakes region. And also, we've been continuing to watch torrential rain rolling onshore along the west coast, and that will provide some travel impacts as well for your Christmas Day as well as into Friday. Here across Central Florida, we continue to be in great shape. We've seen clear skies this evening. We'll keep skies pretty clear overnight and into our Christmas Day. This is our water vapor imagery. It shows us how things are shaping up in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere regarding moisture levels. When you see the orange, that's a good indication that we have a lot of dry air in place, and that's why we saw so much sunshine. Satellite and radar imagery showing really much of the southeast looking clear, looking dry, a little bit of cloud cover floating through the Ohio Valley over into the mid-Atlantic, but very little cloud cover here in Central Florida. High pressure is our dominant weather maker, and with that clockwise circulation, that is continuing to pull some of that drier air down into Central Florida. Now, here's a look at the clouds and rain forecast as we start around midnight. Notice very little cloud cover by around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. That's when we could see some of that fog forming, and then for your Christmas Day, we'll see that nice mix of sun and clouds. Again, visibility readings through the overnight hours. On average, I think we'll see 4 to 5 mile visibility. So if you do have plans to be out early tomorrow morning, make sure you do give yourself a little bit of extra time to safely get where you're going. So 58 for your low tomorrow morning in Orlando. You go to 51 in Ocala and 52 in the Villages. Now, here's your hour-by-hour forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Strata Services.
This is Phoebe. She lives in Apopka and enjoys playing the piano. 68 degrees at 10 o'clock. We go to 74 degrees by noon. Here's how it looks for the next 7 days. Your high on Christmas Day, 79 degrees. We stay in the upper 70s near 80 degrees through the weekend before our next system comes through on Monday, bringing us a big-time cool down for Tuesday and Wednesday.
It's a Christmas tradition here in Central Florida, surfboards. Up next, we head to Cocoa Beach, where the surfing Santas are still having holiday beach fun for 17 years.
On Christmas Eve by the ocean so blue, Santa showed up, not just one, but a few. In red suits and hats from head to their feet, they paddled out to the surf, a salty holiday treat. On shore, the scene was just as bright, kids on shoulders, pups in sight. From strollers to surfboards, young and old, every generation had a story told. What started in 2009 as a family's fun day grew into a tradition that spread far away. Hundreds of Santas, thousands looked on as Cocoa Beach turned festive at dawn. A father and son with no idea the legacy that would come.
3 spectators, my 3-year-old grandson Anderson, our dog Lola, and my wife was there. So we had 3 spectators, a couple of surfers, big deal.
But this story, like all the best ones we tell, is about giving back and giving back well. Each suit and each shirt help charities grow, supporting local causes the community knows. The Florida Surf Museum and Grind for Life, too, have benefited greatly from Santa's So True. More than $120,000 raised, all from a beach filled with Christmas praise.
From what it's turned into, I love to see everybody in the city, you know, just the tourism and the locals all coming together and having a good time.
Even a Christmas tale needs a plan, and this year parking was handled by hand. Police kept streets clear, neighborhoods free, so families, pets, and first responders could move safely. For the first time, shuttles helped move the crowd, keeping everyone safe and Santa's proud.
Merry Christmas!
From waves that sparkled in morning light to leashes, laughter, and barks of delight, surfing Santas proved this Christmas Eve day the best gifts are shared by people, by pets, and by every age. In Cocoa Beach, Angie Casada, News 6.
Remember, you can find all of tonight's stories plus breaking news on News 6 Plus. It's free to download on your smart TV or streaming device. From all of us here at News 6, Merry Christmas. Good night.